my god. This week's gaming news has been tremendous. I mean tremendous. We got word that Crackdown 3 got delayed to, it's a rumor right now, but it seems like Crackdown 3 has been delayed to 2019 with no word of the release date from Microsoft. After State of Decay did so poorly at the Metacritic, which is the rating scale of how the game does, which is now a 68, and Sea of Thieves that came out a month earlier with a 69, it has not shown any progress how the games are coming out for Microsoft. So if Crackdown 3 is actually rumored to come out in 2019, that's a L. That's another L for Microsoft. They've been taking L's since last year to this year, and it needs to stop. So hopefully we get some word about what's gonna happen with Crackdown. Hopefully by E3 we'll know. If at least we get a beta, some confirmation that the game is still this year, but it doesn't look like it. As of right now, it doesn't look like it. Wow, another L. Wow. This week has been like a mini E3. For those of you who don't understand E3, it's a convention that comes out every year for all the big video game companies, Nintendo, Sony, PlayStation, Microsoft, Xbox. We got also EA, Electronic Arts. We got Activision. We got Ubisoft. These are all the big players. They come out on one time. It's a whole week. It's mostly like Comic-Con, where they have all the news for movies, movies, TV shows, and comics. Well, that used to be about comics, and it's just opposed to movie. It used to be about comics, but now it's more about movies and TVs. But with E3, it's mostly all video games. All the big games gets announced on this day, but not Rocksteady games. No, not Rocksteady. I mean 2K. What was it? Okay. Sorry. Rockstar games do not get announced. It's rare they get announced. Rockstar like to do their own little event for themselves. It's mostly they usually do whatever the fuck they feel like it. Whenever Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, that's gonna be a big deal. It won't ever be on E3. It'll be by itself. It'll be one day you wake up, oh shit, Grand Theft Auto 6. But mostly today and yesterday, we be having non-stop news of video games. We got the new Pokemon Go. It's like a little Pokemon Go for the Switch. It gives you from Pokemon Red and Blue for the old Super Game Boy. For those days, back in 1993, I think it came out. It gets you with the visuals of Pokemon Go. Now, I'm not into that shit because the only game I have on the Switch is freaking Zelda. But if my kids like it, I might get it for them so they could try it out. Me also got word that Fallout 76 it just got announced today. Fallout 76, which seems to be an online only game. So I don't know how this is gotta work. But if they done it online, because if you could play on Fallout 4, there's they have on the PC. There's mods to make it go online for you to play with your friends. So hopefully they saw that. So hey, let's make a Fallout 76 one of the Fallout shelters from the lore of the game. Then 76 is mostly a big open world vault that you can travel, go in and out, go outside, and use your little backpack, whatever the fuck that bullshit is, and just explore the damn world.
Country roads,
But when the fighting is stopped and the fallout has settled, you must rebuild.
I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads, take me home, country roads.
In Vault 76, our future
Also,
begins.
this week is the debut of Battlefield 5, which for the first time won't have a season pass, no microtransactions, no loot boxes. Finally, they learned for Battlefront 2 not to do that bullshit. No one wants microtransactions, no one wants loot boxes in the damn game. Just give us a full package and we will buy the game. This Battlefield 5 won't, it's real, well, right now, it won't have any Battle Royale mode. It'll have all the classic modes, death matches, the regular online modes, I forgot, death matches, Conquer, the 30 man, 60 man for 64 man versus 64 man, big open maps, but it's going to go back to World War II. Now, well, there is a little issue right now going on that, because how can I say this? A lot of motherfuckers are gay right now, being very gay to this fucking game. Just because there's a female on the cover. They say it's not historically accurate. How can it be historically accurate when there were women at the time doing World War II? Most of them were not fighting. 98% were not fighting. They were in the warehouses building the weapons, and they were mostly nurses at that time. There were a group of Russian women who were snipers for Russia. But that's the only one we know. But there's a few women that did fight in the battlefield. But when you watch the trailer, it focuses a lot on this one woman that has a prosthetic arm on the left. I think it's a left side. And the trailer shows mostly of her going through the battle. And a lot of little motherfuckers are really pissed off because they say, oh, it's not historically accurate to have a woman in the battlefield in World War II. Say, really, dude? It's a fucking video game. Are you that butthurt about a game that we already played 50,000 times when Men of Honor? Men of Honor 1, 2, 3 have the same bullshit. Could the original first 3 Call of Duties have all the same bullshit about World War II? So a game that is more, I don't know if it's more correct, more correct sometimes, but because it's a woman, the motherfuckers are bitching. I cannot believe this bullshit. It's just a fucking video game. Let it go. Not everything's meant for you. I'm being real. Not everything's meant for you. Let other people enjoy shit too, motherfuckers. Damn. But right now, if you go to the link for the trailer, it has the likes to dislikes ratio is huge because the dislike is beyond big. Mostly because of a bunch of white guys, even mostly little kids, little white boys, all crying, JSW. Oh, everything's being diverse. Oh, there's women everywhere. There's blacks everywhere. Oh, we can't have that. All this bullshit. Oh my God. I swear to God, these niggas grow the fuck up. Seriously, this is embarrassing. Hopefully the game comes out in October, right next to Red Dead 2. So good luck with that. It's Red Dead plus Black Ops 4. Yeah, I don't see that game doing too well. Just with Red Dead, Rockstar and their games, they do back. No one wants to fuck with them, but they ain't want to be right next to them. So fuck it. Let's see what happens. So we also found out that Pudg has gone forward and sued Fortnite for doing the same mode they already done, which is on Battle Royale, which is an issue because Bluehole, which is the dev behind Pudg, uses Epic engines to make their game. Epic has a game called Fortnite, which is, everybody knows, it didn't do shit. It was a base building game to stop the zombies from coming and destroying your base. So what did they do? Hey, you have an engine. It's a popular game called Pudg, because Pudg at the time last year was extremely popular. It has 3 million player count right now. It has gone down since that time because of Fortnite, because Fortnite is like destroying everything. At that time, Pudg was the biggest game. So what Epic did is say, hey, we make the engine for their game. Why can't we make our own? So they did. The only difference is they made it cartoony. The guns are not as accurate as the one for Pudg, because Pudg goes for realism and Fortnite goes for cartoony fun. Basically how it is. Because what I always prefer is art style. The art style of Fortnite will last longer than Pudg, because Pudg is very, very generic. The guns look generic. The skins, the characters, they look like PS2 game. It looks like a PS2 game. The map, everything, it looks very generic. There's nothing to give it a shine. Nothing stands out in Pudg. But everything everything stands out in Fortnite because it's very cartoony. It is fun. It's fast. It's on the console. It runs at 60 frames per second. Amazing. And they got it on both base systems and the upgraded systems, running at 60 frames. Pudg, on the other hand, runs less than 30 frames most of the day, 22 to 15 sometimes, 15 to 20 half the time on the Xbox One and the Xbox X. The game doesn't look that good. It runs poorly. It has a lot of issues. There's this rubber banding issue when you're playing with friends. No, they have a lot of they've been patching that shit up, but it's not to the point that how if you play Fortnite. Fortnite runs like a dream, and the game is free. Pudg is $30 to play the game. If you're on PlayStation, you don't even need the PlayStation Plus to play the game. All games that are free on the PlayStation, you don't need PS Plus. So yes, all the kids are gravitating to that system. And right now, it's a system seller because as a parent, you're like, hey, my kid wants this game, but I don't have to pay $60 a year for him to play the game, and he's only going to play that one game. And you still get the party chat, you still get the sending instant messages, you still do everything else that you can without using PlayStation Plus, because that's only lets you play free. It only lets you play online games, like for premium games. That games are called $65. Any game that's free, you don't need PlayStation Plus. That's their rule until now. Until E3 comes and say and PlayStation says, hey, we have too many Fortnite players, we have to make them pay to play online. That could happen. So let's talk about some sales that came out this week. God of War, which is God of War 4, has now just sold 5 million copies within a month, which is 26 to 28 days within a month. A single player game in this environment where everything's only multiplayer, loot boxes, microtransactions, a freaking open world, semi-open world, single player game with no loot boxes, no microtransactions. You have the beginning and the end. A full game has just sold 5 million copies. That is great news. Finally, these companies can see that you still give out single player games, because let the kids go crazy with the multiplayer games. Because let's be real, to have multiplayer games, you only have time to play 1 or 2 multiplayer games at a time, because you need to play those games continuously to get good at it. You cannot have 20 multiplayer games at one time and be good at all of them. You gotta be bad at each one of them. So you gotta pick 1 or 2 they're really good at and you stick to it. Single player games, all you gotta do is play the game, beat it, move on to the next game. That's mostly what I do. I play the game, beat it, and then move on. And I keep moving on. That means each game gets a sale. Unlike multiplayer games, only one game that get a massive sale, like Fortnite right now. Every other online only game are going to suffer. Lawbreakers shut down just because of that. Same thing happened to a bunch of other games that all just own online games who've been shut down because they can't make money, because they're all trying to do the same thing as Fortnite or Pudg, and they try to get that the online multiplayer games. You cannot do it. Only 1 or 2 can survive in this environment. And kids right now are going straight into Fortnite. Fortnite is free to play. On the PS4, you don't need PlayStation Plus to play it. All you gotta do is get a PlayStation, play the game, and move on. And the parents don't have to go crazy buying them games, because the kids just stick to one game. They gotta stick to that one game. Some of them suck, some of them are really good. But little by little, then the kids got asked their parent, let me get a PSN card if I could buy the for the I think it's the yearly pass. It's like $10 every year, and then I think not every year. It's like 4 to 5 seasons in 1 year. So it's like it comes out to $50 to keep buying it, but you could earn another pass. I think one of my friends telling me if you play enough, do well, you could earn the next pass for the next season. But the thing is, there's a lot of microtransactions. and kids go crazy. It'll be $1, $2. A friend of mine found out that his son took his credit card and bought almost $100 worth of microtransactions. I was like, yo, that's the main reason why I keep away from that game, because there's too many kids on that shit. It ain't right that 38-year-old man is playing with a bunch of 5-year-olds. Fuck this bullshit. I'm not playing that game. I'll stick to my single player games and I'll keep it moving. Another thing right now is that PlayStation 4 has now sold 80 million units. 80 million units within the 5. It's been 5 years to be on sale. Also, they have almost 80 plus million active users. That means how many people go online, buy games, buy microtransactions, loot box, and all this other nonsense. It's continuous flow. There's 34 million PS Plus owners. That means people who subscribe to the PlayStation Plus to play online and to get the free game. I think it's the free 4 games every single month. We also found out from the CEO that this is there's only maybe 2 more years left for the PS4 before the PS5 comes out. This E3 they're going to just go deep into 4 games, which is Death Stranding, Spider-Man, The Last of Us 2, and what was the last game? Oh, the last game is Ghost of Tsushima, I think. It's a samurai open world game that's coming out for Sucker Punch. Those will be the 4 games they're going deep into like gameplay to show you how the game works, how the game looks, and what you're supposed to do in the game. But they also said within the next few years, this is the last 4 games, mostly it will be 2019, 2020, mostly by 2020, 2021. Hopefully the PS5 comes out. If the PS5 comes out, all the games should be backwards compatible with the PS4, because once the PS5 comes out, to entice you to get the PS5, there should be only PS5 only games, which can also be able to play PS4 games backwards compatibility. Hopefully they could do something for you could start playing PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4 on the PS5, but I doubt that. Most likely it's gonna be just for PS4 games right now. It's a big dream for everybody to play PS4 games now, but we'll see what happens. For the PS1 and PS2, PS3 games. PS4 is a given because the Xbox could play up to the original Xbox, so hopefully PlayStation can get up to at least get the PS4, because it's a system that already is almost selling 100 million consoles. Hopefully they don't want to leave people behind. And in the beginning of the gen for the PS5, there will be cross-gen games like for Call of Duty, 2K. It'll be out for. They will have games for the PS4 and the PS5, but we'll have to see what happens. So we have about 2 to 3 more. Well, it's mostly 2 more years before the PS5 comes out. So to keep everybody happy, the PS4 is doing fine. Plus the Pro basically is not next gen, but it's an upgraded version of the PS4 to keep you happy and you play some 4K games. Not a lot of 4K games, but some, and better frame rates. But when games come out like God of War, you're like, great, damn, this looks like a next gen game. It will hold you down to that time. Thank you for watching my video, and like, subscribe, leave a comment, and let's have a discussion. Bye.